My name is Ray Rawlins. I have been doing commission programming since the early 70s. Have seen lots of changes in the industry. Have had lots of experience with lots of different commission types and in programming those commission types. A binary means, in computer terms, a binary is a single bit, meaning it can only have two states, on or off. A binary means I can only have two children. So I have a left leg and a right leg, and as I sponsor people, they have to be put into one of those legs someplace. So only the first two people I sponsor, or somebody that my upline sponsored that got placed under me, I have two legs. And then you build those legs, and binaries typically pay on the weak side volume. So if I have 100,000 on my strong side and 10,000 on my weak side, then I typically get paid some percentage of the weak side volume, and then it flushes that much. So if I had 100,000 and 10,000, I got paid on 10,000, 10% or whatever the number is, then you reduce both sides by 10,000. So carrying into the next period, I carry in 90,000 strong volume and 0 of weak volume. And then if I have another, let's say I do 10,000 on both sides the next period, then I again have 100,000 strong side, 10,000 weak side, and I get paid 10% on the weak side volume. All the way to the top of the tree. So one of the things that happened to us, the first binary we did, we told the company that it had the potential of paying out more than 100%, and when it did, they sued us. So most binaries have a cap. So you take the company volume, and say they did $1 million in the period, and you set a cap, whatever that is, 30%, 40%, 50%, whatever that number is. So when I say I get 10% on weak side, what that really is points. So I get 10% of 10,000, which is 1,000 points. So I get 1,000 points. We take all of the points that everybody earns, add them together, and then we take the value. So you take the $1 million times 30% if that's your cap, and that's the maximum. That's how much you're going to pay out. So you take that value divided by the total number of points to get a point value, and then you multiply the point value by the points to actually get my earnings. So it will never pay more than 30% if you're doing that kind of a cap. And if you don't, binaries have the potential of paying out more than 100%. We actually saw that happen the first time we did one. Unfortunately, we didn't tell them in writing that it would pay out 100% and that we weren't liable, so we got sued over that one. We've seen a mutant of binary called a multinary, where I can have up to 15 legs, and what they're doing is you take my strong leg, and then I get paid whatever the percentage is on every one of my weak legs. And again, it goes all the way to the top of the tree. We actually did send them a letter that we thought it would pay out 100%, more than 100%, but it hasn't, much to our surprise. So you're paying, you take the strong leg, and then you're paying 10% or whatever the percentage is on each of the weak legs, and then you flush everything for the amount that you paid. And they have a cap on that you can never get paid more than some amount on each leg. I don't remember what the number was, 133,000 or something like that. So they're doing the cap based upon that I can't get paid on more than X amount of volume per leg, per pay leg. Then on top of that, then a lot of binaries do a unilevel based upon the enroller tree, so that not everything is forced to go through 2 children. So you build a separate tree based upon who I enrolled, and there I can enroll as many people as I want. And you do kind of a standard unilevel. And we've seen an infinity done on top of that as well. Okay, so we actually, in our software, can do 3 different trees. We can do a binary tree, which can have multiple centers. That's another feature of binaries, where I appear in the tree more than once. So we actually had a client who did a binary, and somebody bought over 1,000 centers. Turned out they were illegal, and shortly thereafter they got shut down. But so the binary tree actually allows me to have multiple centers. A lot of binaries let me do 3 centers. So what happens is my center 1 is here, and my 2 children are center 2 and 3. And then I build the binary structure under my clones of myself. So but I only occur in the distributor master once, so I only occur in the sponsor tree once or the enroller tree once. So we have an enroller tree, which means when you think about the structure of a multi-level, it's like a genealogy tree. So you have parents here, children across here, then grandchildren down here, and so forth, all linked together. Now, in some plans, people will, in some plans, the enroller and the sponsor are the same. They don't allow me to place somebody. In other plans, when I enroll somebody, I am allowed to put them under somebody else. So my enroller is me. So when I sponsor somebody, their enroller is me. But I may have placed them under somebody down in my downline. Now, we've seen people place them outside their downline, which makes no sense to me because I'm a programmer. But so there are 3 trees, potentially 3 trees that we keep track of. The multi-center tree to do the binary, the enroller tree, and the sponsor tree. And you can pay commissions on any one or all of those trees. So sometimes we see, if they're allowing placement, they'll do like the fast start or some other commission based upon who I sponsored, and then other commissions are based upon where I'm placed.